Hello, this is Darren.
And this is Paige.
And this is
Where's the Lemonade?
Where we talk about what happens when life throws you lemons.
Make some lemonade?
Maybe. Some weeks it's lemon squares.
Yeah, some weeks it's just lemons.
Yeah.
On today's episode,
Marriage myths.
don't go to bed angry. But yes, you should.
No, you shouldn't.
Yes, you should.
No. Okay, our research department did a lot of research this time to actually find something to talk about.
Actually, she didn't do very much research. I just couldn't think of something. And then once I thought of something, I found an article that went with my beliefs.
Yeah, so just so everyone knows, this podcast is totally one-sided
It is
today.
biased. I will say that. It is. I found the article that went with the things that I think. There was lots of articles to go against what I think, but I didn't look at those.
We'll put those in the blog.
I'm not.
I'm going to put those in the blog. So there's that big thing we're all told when we first get married, don't ever go to bed angry.
It's true. If you go to like a bridal shower and people write down advice, one of them's always don't go to bed angry. At weddings, when, people get up and make a toast, right? They always say, don't go to bed angry.
Or whoever married you will say, hey, here's some advice. Don't go to bed angry.
Yep.
You hear it all the time.
All the time. And how do you feel about that?
Don't go to bed angry. This is where Paige and I disagree vehemently.
We do. I like to go to bed when we're arguing because I'm like...
I thought you were going to say, I like to go to bed angry.
What did I say?
No, you didn't say that, but I thought you were going to, and that would have been funny.
No, I like to go to bed when we're arguing because I fall asleep. I wake up the next day, and I'm like, you know what? That was stupid that we were arguing about that.
You actually sleep pretty well after we've argued.
It's true.
And I do not. I'm up all night long. And the first thing she does when she wakes up in the morning, she looks at me and goes, I slept great. How about you? And because she knows I didn't.
You're always like, I didn't sleep. I couldn't stop thinking about what we were talking about. And I'm like, yeah, that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we shouldn't have been arguing about that. And you're always just like, I was up all night. So I'm all for going to bed angry. Because I think that it kind of does
You're all for going to bed angry?
Go to bed angry. If you guys are in...
No.
Yes, before you go to bed, get angry. No,
That's
I'm just
not,
kidding.
yeah.
Just kidding. But, yeah, I'm all for if you're in the middle of an argument and you can't resolve it, you're not coming to any conclusions, then go to bed. Even if it's 4 in the afternoon, go to bed. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean.
All right, so the article that you decided to hone in on, which was one opinion.
It was one opinion.
Which was your opinion. Did you write this article?
No, it uses too many big words for me to have written the article.
No, that's not true. So the article was actually written by a marriage counselor.
Yep.
And there's other marriage counselors that totally disagree with this person. So this is what they said specifically about why to go to bed angry or why not to resolve it, right?
No, it's saying, the article says that one of the reasons they say not to go to bed angry is typically because you're not going to sleep.
That
right?
would be me.
Right.
Yes.
So, but what's worse than going to bed angry? Staying up and arguing is what this person said. So worse than going to bed angry is staying up and just going in circles and arguing.
Well, so you've got to recognize when you're stuck in a circle.
Yes. You absolutely have to figure that out. But they said, okay, so what might happen if you stay up and argue? You might become more tired.
Well, that's the goal. The goal is to wear you down. If I can keep the debate going, eventually you'll get tired and you'll give in.
You know that's not true.
I know that's not true. But I kind of think people kind of feel that way.
So
if I keep going in circles and circles and circles, right? If you're not listening to what I'm saying, you're not understanding me, and eventually, if I say it enough times, the same thing over and over again,
right,
you'll get tired and say, okay.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, you try to wear each other down.
Yeah, I think we've never done that. But I think that maybe even subconsciously that's part of it.
You know what? I didn't think about that. Maybe you're right. Yeah. They also said you think less clearly. I do believe that. More
that is
tired,
100% true.
the more tired you get and the later it gets, it's just like, oh, come on, right?
Well, and when you're not thinking clearly, you tend to not be able to listen anymore.
That is very true. See, I always know when we need to stop arguing because you have a telltale sign. You have a tell when your lips go. Your lips go, I can't see your lips anymore. I'm like, he's not even listening to me. So the argument's like, I won't, you know that I won't. I'm like, nope.
Hey, the older I get, my lips become smaller and smaller.
So I'm going to think you're angry all the time.
You're going to think I'm angry all the time.
But no, I know that you're mad. It's just, I'm like, nope, there's no getting through to him when he's feeling this way. So that's when I like to cut. I'm like, cut.
Well, this goes into the next thing that they mentioned. The later it gets, the angrier you get.
Yes.
The later at night it gets, because now you're like, I've got meetings in the morning, I've got work in the morning, and I'm wasting my time arguing over this stupid thing like socks on the floor, whatever the case may be.
Right.
It's not socks on the floor anymore.
No. And they also say you get more triggered the more you keep arguing.
And the more tired you are.
And maybe you try and trigger each other more, the more tired you get, right?
That is true.
You say worse things, which you know that I am absolutely opposed to. I do not want to say anything that I'll regret. So I like to
clam up.
Because I'm thinking. Yeah,
that's always fun to do.
Because I'm thinking where you would rather let's just hash it out. Maybe say a few things we're going to regret later, but we apologize. It's fine. And I'm like, nope. Do you know how hard it is to argue with someone that doesn't argue back? Is it hard?
It's super hard.
Well, good. That's awesome. No, that's the plan.
The plan is to wear me out.
No, the plan is to wait until everybody's calm. That's the plan.
The plan is to wait till everyone's calm.
Yes. And then they also said the more you stay up arguing, you get more hurt. Right? You're saying things to each other. It's getting late. You're worn out. You're tired of the argument, and you're just hurting each other. So, all right. So instead of fixating on trying to get through this fight so that you can go to bed, because sometimes that makes it more heated, right? Like you said, like I have meetings in the morning. We've got to get through this, and then you're more anxious. It says focus on what would help calm down the situation. So what do you think about that?
Well, I agree. I agree with that. But there's two different approaches to this one, right? Calming the situation down. We've talked about this on the podcast before, where you say, you know what, we need a timeout. Yeah. We're going nowhere. Right. Let's just shelve this.
Right. Now
you're actually good at saying, all right, problem set aside. I can't do it.
I was going to say it's easier said than done for a lot of people, right? Like, it's easy to say, okay, tea time, right? Everyone go to their corners, and that's hard. That's hard. But it says if you can focus on calming the energy, that'll help you reduce the chance that you'll go to bed angry and reduce the fighting. So I think what that means, I'm interpreting what she means in this article. I'm interpreting that to mean stop with the digs, stop trying to hurt the other person, right? Like, start calming things down, like saying things like, you know what, we're not getting anywhere. Obviously we think different things. Let's talk about this in the morning. Like, calming it down instead of, going at each other. So, but that's hard to do sometimes when you're in the middle of a big argument. It's hard to go, okay, it's time for me to focus on calming energy, right? Like, that can be hard.
If you said that to me, I would blow up.
Well, and all women in the world, I think I can speak for all women.
Okay, let's hear this. This is going to be interesting.
No woman ever wants to be told to calm down. Seriously, tell a woman to calm down, and her blood pressure literally just went. It just literally had the opposite effect of calming down. Like, whoop!
You think that only applies to women?
No, so I don't know. Does that apply to men too?
I don't like being told to calm down.
So if someone tells you to calm down, or you don't like being told you're grumpy. If I tell you that
grumpy.
I'm like, why are you so grumpy? I'm not grumpy. You don't like that. Why don't you like that?
Well, I bet most people don't like being told
how they're feeling.
How they're feeling.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's pretty normal.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Okay, the article actually said to calm things down, there's two aspects of it. And I thought this was fascinating because this is us to a T.
It is. It is.
There's a pursuer and there's a distancer in a relationship. Or
typically.
Yep. And it could be per argument even.
Right. And it said that 85% of couples have one person's the pursuer of the argument and one person is the distancer in the argument. And it says there's no crime in being either. It's not like you're bad because you're the pursuer or you're bad because you're the distancer. That's not true. That's not true. But I thought that was interesting. So it says pursuers look to finish the discussion to reduce relationship stress. So pursuers want to hash it out. Yeah, let's talk it out. I'm upset. You're upset. Let's go until we figure this out. Distancers use the strategy of pausing an argument. It says, and using natural decay of energy to reduce distress. That is so us to a T. Yes. Like I'm like, let's go to bed. And that obviously, I love that it says natural decay of energy. I would obviously never say that in real life, but I'm going to use that now. Natural decay. Going to sleep is the natural decay of energy. So
not for me.
I know. So I found that fascinating.
Well, because this is us to a T. I want to hash it out until we have it resolved. Then I can go, all right, now I can sleep. I won't worry about it tonight.
Right.
I'm going to get some sleep and it'll be gone in the morning. Where you're, no,
because I can tell if you're in that mode where I can tell that I'm not going to get anywhere, what's the point of arguing? I can see it in your lips.
Maybe if you just agreed with me, then we'd be done.
I see those lips and I'm like, nope, not having any more of a conversation. Nope. We need to wait. So
it's no fun arguing with you.
And I will have to say, probably 90% of the time, after we go to sleep and we wake up the next morning, you are in a much...
Well, that's because I got no sleep all night.
But you're calm. You're usually like, I'm really sorry. And I'm like, yeah, me too. Why did we make such a big deal about that?
I just have to do that the night before.
Yeah, just right.
Right, just get it done.
Just get it done. Just say you're sorry. Apologize for being wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm used to. Do you hear that, guys? All you have to do is say you're sorry and I'm wrong.
That's not true.
And then the problem's all solved. Then
if you say it and you're insincere, that's even worse. It's like, you're not sorry.
But I think this is fascinating that a couples play these roles,
right?
In their arguments, which I can see. Maybe someone's trying to get their point across, or they're feeling like they're not being heard.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be.
Yeah. So I thought that was super interesting. So yes, that is us, and apparently that's 85% of couples.
Well, yeah. All right, then we're normal.
We're normal. So okay, and then it talks.
If you're not doing this, you're not normal. Just so you know.
Okay.
Well, what other option is there? You both are pursuers?
Yeah,
Boy, that'd be rough.
I've known people that are both pursuers, and they have knockdown, drag-out arguments, man. I had some friends when I lived in Apple Valley. Hopefully they don't listen to this. But they used to...
Don't mention their names.
I'm not going to mention their names. She would tell me about these. I mean, they would go at it. I mean, obviously not hitting each other or anything, but screaming, calling each other names.
Oh, yeah, no. We've never done that.
No, I don't think that's healthy. But they thought it was great. And then they were like, time to make up, and they were happy as can be. And they had passion. They had this passion when they fought. They had passion when they were, I don't know. They just had a lot of passion. But I couldn't do that.
So what about distancers? If both were distancers.
Ooh, that'd be rough too, right?
Well, because you'd never resolve anything, right?
Yeah, if you're both like, Well,
you always tell me to shove my feelings down. So.
That makes me sound terrible.
It does. It makes you sound horrible. But you're a distancer. Now I understand why.
Oh my
you say,
gosh.
your feelings are important, but they will calm down over time and they won't be so heightened.
Yes, shove them down right now.
Yeah, and then later on when you're calm, you can actually tell me what's wrong.
We'll slowly pull some of those out. But right now, the can opened and they all flew out and you're not reasonable.
No wonder I need therapy.
You're not reasonable. Put the lid back on a little bit and we're just going to open it a little bit at a time.
So this is really fascinating because the way this article is turned is much more towards the distancers. This article is written totally for the distancers.
True. That is true. Yeah, that is true.
Interesting. Very one-sided, just so everyone knows.
Yes.
So, all right. So, but I do like what it said here. The idea is to work on calm. If you are emotionally heightened, you really can't get your point across. You're not going to feel heard or vindicated or whatever your emotion is that you're trying to get out.
Right.
So I agree with, work on the calm. Try and figure that out.
Yeah. So it says if the argument isn't getting resolved and you're just going in circles, try to pause the situation and resume at an agreed upon time to check in. Now, we've never done that. We
have.
We have?
Oh, yeah, we have.
Like we're going to talk about this at 10 in the morning?
Yeah, we're going to talk about this in an hour.
Oh, I guess we have done that.
Yeah, let's calm down.
Yeah.
Hey, let's give it an hour to think about it.
Yeah,
gather our thoughts together.
We don't do that very often because you have to be very calm in order to do that. And usually the distancer has gone off and the pursuer has gone off mad, and so you have to work on that, right? You have to work on that. But that doesn't mean that you're sweeping the argument under the rug. I want to make sure you understand that. So when you say we're pausing this because we're just going in circles, that doesn't mean that you can just go, you know what, forget it, we're never going to talk about this again. No.
You have to schedule time.
Yes.
You have to say, all right, in an hour or in 2 hours or tomorrow at 9,
right,
we're going to talk about this. And believe it or not, because we have done this more than once.
Yeah.
It gave me time to rethink about my position and how I could better articulate my position to you. And in doing so, it went much smoother as the pursuer. Well,
good. I'm glad.
Well, I think it gave you time, too, to think about, yeah, he actually was right.
No, that's never happened.
Yes, it has.
You're so funny. No, of course it has. Of course it has. We're actually both pretty good at saying sorry.
Yeah, we are, but we have used this work on the calm. We have used it.
Yes. We don't. I would just say we rarely say like at 10 a.m. We just say, you know what? Let's take a minute and let's go make dinner, or you go do this, and then we'll talk again.
For me, it's cleaning.
Yeah. Yep. See, sometimes I have to make him mad so I get the closet cleaned out.
Yes.
Because I'm like, true. I hear him up there. He's cleaning the closet.
Then she comes up and pokes the bear a little bit more. Hey, the attic needs cleaning too. Poke.
If you're going to be, throwing all these things out, move to another room too. So, but it was saying that can be the pausing can be a hard skill to learn, right? If you're not used to that can be a hard skill to learn.
Well, I think primarily because the pursuer is going to feel like you're not going to listen to me anymore.
Right. Yes.
I'm not getting my time.
Yep.
And the distancer, it totally fares more for the distancer who's already in the mode of, let's just chill and it'll go away.
Right.
But I think this is a great compromise because you're saying, look, it's too heated right now. Give ourselves an hour. We'll talk about it in an hour.
Well, and a lot of times, especially for us, in a few hours or the next morning, it's just like, why did we go down that road again? Like, we know when we go down a road, it's like, seriously, we went down that road again, like the same argument. You know what I mean? Like, you just go, no. So I think some distance can be good, but you can't sweep it under and not talk about it again. You have to bring it up and resolve it when you're more calm.
But schedule it. I think that's a good idea.
Yep.
All right. The listening is a hard part for the pursuers.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's another skill you've got to learn is to listen. And this one's really hard, especially for pursuers who are trying to get their point across and to say, this is my position. You need to understand my position. Because even when they're listening, they're not listening. They're planning their next mode of attack. Which you probably don't know. because you're a listener.
I am a listener, but I am in my mind thinking...
Or distancer.
I'm a distancer. I am thinking about... I'm thinking about what I want. I'm not thinking about an attack. I'm thinking about how I can articulate how I'm feeling without being harsh and without being offensive, because I don't want to... I know it's hard to take back what you say. So I'm always trying to think of how can I articulate this so that it's getting my point across, but I'm not hurting. That's what I'm thinking. So I think that's what the distancer is thinking. And the distancer is also thinking, wow, they're really upset. Really wish he'd calm down. Or he or she. I really wish they'd calm down. Yeah, that's what I'm usually thinking.
Where the pursuer is all about getting their point across.
Right. Yep.
Maybe not even winning the argument.
Just being heard.
You need to hear me. You need to hear me and understand what I'm trying to say. Obviously, I'm not articulating it well enough, or you just can't understand me.
Right. Moral of the story, get some sleep.
That's so... As a distancer, of course you're going to say that.
Go to bed, talk about it in the morning.
Oh, I don't know about that. Okay, our lemonade moment of the week.
Getting ready for Juliana and Boyd's wedding coming up in May. So, house projects.
House projects, yeah. This is really kind of interesting because we are having, what's it called, the family dinner the night before the wedding here at the house. And all of a sudden, once we learned that, the list of things that had to be done was taken right off of our list of projects that have already been sitting there for years.
Yeah, it is. It's true. We're doing things that I would have liked to have done years ago, but we were just, put them off. And now it's fun. It's fun to get some things done.
Well, yeah, and the time is coming short. So things are in rapid motion around here with painting and fixing. It's
So what's the
crazy.
Lemons in that? The actual work is the lemons, and the lemonade is how nice the
lemonade,
house is looking.
Well, the lemonade is Boyd and Julianne are getting married.
Yes, and how nice the house is looking.
Okay,
it's a double lemonade.
It's a
strawberry lemonade. If you like today's episode,
give us 5 stars on iTunes, Spotify, Google.
And head to Facebook and like us.
And check out our blog at where'sthelemonade.org,
where you can leave questions and comments.
But most of all,
go out and make some lemonade.
You betcha, baby.